That's a sad go-to.
It is.
The fact that their go-to is that they hurt one of our players one time is such a sad way to go.
God.
Alan Lazard. You try to put him down low because maybe you won't see him.
John, any last words before we hop off here?
Go Pack, go, baby.
Go Pack, go. The one thing that's keeping me from taking the Packers to win by 30.
I don't care if you go to every game, what game. Not only that, but you are in the second row.
Yeah.
The second row, and you're going to try to tell me to sit down? Get lost.
Get freaking lost.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in, commenting. We love chatting with you guys. Enjoy the game. Check us out on Twitter, at Rob Westerman3 for me, at JBeckman30 for John. Have a great rest of your day. Let's get a win, and let's go freaking bear hunting, all right? We'll catch you guys later. Thank you. What is going on, everybody? I'm Rob Westerman of GBP Daily. Joining me today, as he always does, for our game preview and player pick'ems, is the legend you all know and love, Johnathan Beckman. John, how are we doing today, bud?
Doing good. Once again, tried to sleep away half the morning to get to 3:25, but now it's just the countdown, baby.
Yes, sir. Just the countdown. We are under an hour away. How feeling nervous? Are you excited? We got Raj back. How do you feel?
No, got a good feeling. No nervous. No nervous.
Vibe rolling over there.
Got a good feeling. The house is feeling confident.
I'm with you. My house is feeling confident too. All right. Packers Seahawks at what was a snowy Lambeau Field, but it's now done snowing at the moment. The field is clear, but John, it is cold. As we all know, Aaron Rodgers is back. My question to you, any worries on your end from Rodgers since he missed last week? Missed last week's game, all this week of practice as far as like rust or rhythm, or how are we feeling?
No. I mean, just like the people that tried to say that week one was because he wasn't there in the off season, all that bullshit, and then what happened the next 7 weeks? No. I don't think there's, as far as that, he either plays good or he doesn't, right? That's how a player like him is going to fare. I mean, you look somebody like Tom Brady. He started off terrible today. Now he's kind of brought it back. It's just you play good or you don't when you're this good.
Yep.
I don't think rust is going to be a thing.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
No, I'm with you too. It's Aaron Rodgers. Like, come on. I don't think there's any concern as far as his performance today. Even though he did miss all of last week of practice, I heard some, he's on Zoom or he's on FaceTime, whatever, with Hackett and whatnot, walking around practice, walking around the facility. The one thing I will be paying attention to, like everybody else will be, his connection with MVS. We haven't seen him on the field since late September. And I think for this offense to really take off, we need to see some deep ball connections between Raj and Marquez. My question, John, over under 1.5 catches of 20-plus yards for MVS today. What are you feeling?
Ooh.
It's tough because it's either one. I think he's going to get at least one. To
get
more than one? Are we being greedy? No.
To be more than one. 20 yards?
20 is different than 25, like you said last week.
Yeah, it is. But I still think it's going to come down to a deep shot type thing. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna give him one. I think the shots are going to be taken. I think there'll be 2 or 3 shots taken. It's just whether or not. And what we've seen in the past is sometimes him and Rodgers, they just don't connect.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Chris Baltazar 7 says, "Sup, boys?" He held his word earlier. He told me he was going to tune in, and he did. So props to the Vikings fan for tuning into a little Packers chat. All right, some news here, some notes for the game today. D-Bach is inactive. His debut will have to wait at least another week. Other inactives, EQ's out, Dominique Daphne's out, Kingsley Keeke's out, Vernon Scott, who's been out almost all year, is out. You surprised about the David news, or kind of expected? Obviously, he came doubtful on Friday, so at that point, I knew he probably wasn't going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, they've been going for so long without him that, I mean, they just, at the end of the day, the worst thing possible that could happen is that you bring him back, two weeks too early, whatever. But I'm not his physical therapist or the doctor, so I can't tell you where he's at in the situation. But I'm just excited that we know that he is going to come back.
Good, so, I'm with you. And on that note, Za'Darius seems like he's what did Coach say? We'll check back on him in a few weeks. As far as Jair, apparently is a long way out, to take the quotes from Coach.
Yeah.
Getting both those guys back at any point in the season was, and especially when we thought maybe they were both gone for the year, that's good news. Other good news, Kenny Clark, Eric Stokes, both active and will play today. Great news, obviously, considering our defensive injuries heading into this game already. This creates kind of an interesting situation for the corner spot. You've got Stokes, Kevin King, Rasul Douglas. Someone is the odd man out for the starting spots. I know we'll see a rotation at some point. Who are your two guys you'd start for the first drive from those three?
Well, I mean, as of last week, it sounded like King might have been the odd man out.
Yeah,
but he's been playing well the last two games he's been in, so he might be that guy. But one stat I did see is that I think Russell Wilson was kind of being that guy going after, has been on Russell's left, and that's where King usually starts, is on our right. So that should be interesting as well. I mean, are you going to allow Kevin King to get burnt on that side? Because you know how they are. Tyler Lockett's going to get the deep shots. We're going to see. We're going to see.
He's going to man some balls down.
Yeah, we're going to see some of those deep shots. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could roll with King being having a hot hand, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like they'll probably go Douglas and Stokes, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Paper Mitchell says 31-17 Pack. You heard it here first. We'll touch on those predictions here at the end of the show. I like that prediction. I'm with you. It may not be popular, but I think we'll see Kevin King and Eric Stokes out there to start. Like you just alluded to, Kevin King had a good game last week. And if you would have caught that interception, I guess if he would have caught that ball that would have turned into an interception, it probably would have been one of the greatest games of his career, in my opinion. He was good in coverage. He just dropped the pick. Yeah. I expect to see Stokes and King out there to start. We'll see Douglas rotating in as well. I mean, everybody's been – it's no new news. Everybody's been saying that. Do you want to go ahead and just hop into our player pick'ems, or how are we feeling? I know
well, it depends. I mean, it's how quick you want to get to them, because right now I'm just sitting steady at 5 wins in a row. So that's cool. If you want to dive in, I mean, I'd love to tell you I have a huge game plan for this one right now, but
per usual, you kind of just do things on the fly. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's a guy on the limb. I'm going to take the first pick, but there's a guy that I'm hoping to get on my second round of picks. But we'll see what happens. Okay.
Good. Thanks for the clue. Okay, so for those of you who are new, John and myself, we've been playing this game. We kind of made it up probably 4 or 5 years ago now. We snake draft the Packers offensive players each week, and whoever has the player who scores the first touchdown of the game wins that week. Now, I was up 3-0 to start the season. Obviously, week 1 nobody scored, so we didn't get a winner out of that week.
That almost happened last week too.
Ooh, it was close until obviously you snuck out the win, of course, late in the game. Since my 3-0 lead, John has won 5 straight weeks. He now leads the season-long series 5-3. John, you've got the choice to either go first or let me go first. You said you're going to go first, so
yeah, I'm going to go first.
Who you got? Mercedes? I heard he's going to have a big game.
I'm thinking back to 2 years ago, And I'm in Bali, Indonesia. I know, roll your eyes, baby. And I'm watching that game and watching a certain someone tear up that Seattle defense for some big catches. That's gonna be Devonte Adams, baby. Give me Tay. Give me Tay.
I put him down at the bottom of the list. Maybe you'd miss out on him. But man, you're gonna leave me Aaron Jones. That's an automatic for me.
Yeah, I mean, respect to Aaron Jones, but I'm feeling feeling some vibes from Devonte. Time for him to get another dominant game going.
This is where it really starts getting interesting. Obviously, Devonte and Aaron Jones are the two that are always the top two off the board.
Yeah.
This is where it gets interesting. I just want to take these two players. Are just ticking me off.
I know who I want. I know who I want.
MVS.
All right.
MVS
All right.
it is.
All right. Ooh,
I left you your player.
Yeah. My player is AJ Dillon because now I'm thinking. I know there's not actual snow on the ground, but I'm getting also vibes back to the Titans Packers from last year at the end of December in that snow game. We're getting into the cold, windy games. We might be going. There might not be very many field goals kicked, which might be a good thing for us.
Anytime our field goal unit doesn't line up, that's great news.
I see it's really windy out, so I'm gonna go AJ Dillon. And then another guy in a game like this, starting to get cold, that you just got to rely on is Randall Cobb.
Okay. Those are interesting picks. You left Alan Lazard out, and you left my guy Aaron Rodgers out.
I did.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Lazard. That's an easy pick.
It's cold. It's a cold game, so there's a lot of these type of players that I can envision scoring in these type. And I guess I shouldn't even say it's cold because there's one guy that I follow. There's one guy that I follow, a big dude in the video game world. His name's Clayster, big Call of Duty guy. He's going to a Packers game today, and he's complaining about how cold it is. And I'm looking at it, and I see high of 40. I'm sitting and going,
perfect.
I go, man, that's not cold. That's not cold.
Come on, you got 40 and snow. That's like, that's
not terrible. No, that's not terrible at all.
All right.
Who's your next guy?
Just because of that wild, what should have been a touchdown, that one-hander from Mercedes. He didn't get his left foot or right foot in for 2 feet down. I'm going to take Mercedes. I think I
was hoping you'd give him to me.
No, I think Mercedes will have the first touchdown today because he's just that dog. So Lazard, Mercedes, my two guys. All right, you're up. You got two. Here we go.
Okay. Let's go with Let's go with Aaron Rodgers. Let's go with Aaron Rodgers. Let's get a touchdown and give some sort of little mask taunt or something. Maybe he'll score. Hey,
he does the mask.
He'll score and he'll go. Like
that would be unbelievable.
Cold weather, blow the cold. You see that the breath or whatever you see in the cold air, and then maybe he'll go like this.
Dude, can you imagine if he did anything related to anything that's happened last week? Oh my gosh, he would get.
Can you imagine if he did that? If he scored a touchdown, that would break the internet.
You know what? For that sake.
That would.
All right, who you got?
As he said, the left would cancel him and the right would champion him.
Yeah, I agree. So that politics is a sham.
Let's go with
you got a cute little four left here.
Let's go with I know for me it's between two. I'm gonna go with someone I feel like you probably want. I'm gonna go with Josiah.
Good.
He's never really broke. I don't even know if has he even scored for Green Bay, but maybe he'll get a little bit of action today on a play action. Let's go with Josiah.
Rodgers, Josiah. Okay. This is tough because as we've alluded to before, if I take Amari Rodgers, but he scores on a punt return, which who knows if he's even going to be back there, in punt return. I'm assuming he will, but last game was a disaster. He actually did have a decent one on his last return, but that's neither here nor there. If he scores on a defense or special teams play, that person who has defense or special teams wins over who has Amari Rogers, which in my opinion is just kind of shitty, but it's just how it is, I guess. Those rules that you made up long ago that are apparently in stone, we can't change.
Then there's no point of having special teams in there, is there?
You may be onto something there, Jay. You may be onto something, mate. Tyler, thanks for the wave. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. I'm gonna go rest of receivers.
Okay.
And there's no way the defense or special teams is gonna score first, is it? Like that never happens. So that's just kind of
sure as hell ain't gonna be the special teams, right?
No, yeah. I'm gonna go Amari Rodgers.
I'll take that. I'll take the defense. I know it's not gonna happen, but I get good interception vibes with Russell Wilson against Green Bay sometimes.
Okay. No, speaking of,
he's thrown a good amount of picks our way in his day. So
especially at Lambeau, and especially in that 2014 NFC Championship game, which we couldn't seal. So, all right, we're not going to go there. Okay, those are our predictions. You got over unders. You want to hit those out or what?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go with that for you first. Okay. So I think we're kind of in the same boat for some of these, but we're gonna go Aaron Jones 60 yards rushing over under.
Oh, over. That's easy.
Over. Okay. You say it's easy, but then the next one is AJ Dillon over under 45 yards.
Ooh.
I said 40 last week, but I'm gonna give him that 5 more because he seems to be involved. Cold game. I might be lowballing him.
You might have screwed me with that first question, but I'm gonna go over. I see 200 yards on the ground today. Doesn't matter who it is combined.
200 yards on the ground.
200 yards, like an Aaron Rodgers, like 230-yard passing day with like 3 touchdowns.
You're really pushing the 430-yard mark here.
I think. The Seahawks were giving up like 400 some plus yards.
I know.
Offense,
but you know how Green Bay is, though.
We don't hand the ball off. We run empty. Like
Rodgers never throws for 350 ever anymore. It's 242, 212.
You're right. I was Super Bowl and super biased. Aaron Jones over, AJ Dillon over. What do we got next?
Okay, so then where you had him, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Then 220 yards over under because that's where you just had him.
Yep. I'll go over. It's not going to be crazy over, but it's going to be one of those like 19 for 24, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns kind of game. And now that MVS is back, I have a lot more confidence that he will go over that because if he connects with MVS one time for 40, 50 plus yards, I mean, it's a good one.
So over under Devonta Adams 75 yards receiving. I went up last week. It was 60, and I said under. I'm going 75 because those two are back together, which is the first time they've been together in 3 weeks.
See, and Tunning's not out there, which it's not like he was getting a ton of action all year long, but that's just one less guy he's throwing to. I'm going to go under. I think they spread the ball out like you picked Randall Cobb. I think he'll have a big game today. A big game for Cobb is, 5 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. That's a pretty, that's a good game for him. Alan Lazard, he's been solid the last 3-4 weeks. A touchdown in the last 3 weeks, right?
The last 3 weeks he's played, yeah.
Yeah, so I think and then Mercedes is probably going to score the first touchdown of the game, so I'm going to go under.
Okay. Over or under 2 made field goals by Mason, or 1.5 Mason Crosby field goals made.
Oh, man. See, and this is the tough part because he'll line up for field goals that are 100% makeable for him. But we've gotten 2 field goals blocked this year. Oh, wait, 2 or 3, including that penalty one, which wasn't a penalty against the Steelers. Either way, it's tough because I think they'll line up for 2 field goals, and I think they'll both be makeable. I think anything under 55, under 58 is makeable for Crosby, but it's the protection up front that worries me, and it worries Crosby. He's been missing left all year long because that right side has just been caving in. Because
hey, you don't have to explain yourself, okay?
No, so
over or under.
I'm gonna go under 2 made field goals because I think he's gonna line up for 2 max. Hopefully he lines up for just 1 because we're just getting in the end zone every time. I'm gonna go under. 1.5 made field goals for Crosby.
Okay. And then over or under 1.5 turnovers that we get defensively. That we get.
I'm gonna go over, like you said, Russell Wilson. I think he threw 4 picks that one game a few years back, and
I think it was 5, to be honest with you.
Good Lord. I'm gonna go over. They both might not be by Russell, but they don't got Chris Carson. They got Alex Collins. Maybe he can cough the ball up. Maybe we can get lucky again, like we did with the Cardinals, and get a turnover on a punt. But I'm gonna go. I'm not going way over. I think we'll get 2, and yep, I'm going over 1.5 there for turnovers for us.
Okay. Well, I'll answer mine. Okay.
All right, let's hear. I'll let you read them off because I can't remember them.
Yeah. So, Aaron Jones, I'm going to say over 60 yards. A.J. Dillon, I'm going to say under 45 yards.
Okay. I thought you were going to go opposite, honestly.
I know.
I can see A.J. Dillon taking over the run.
It's a weird feeling. I think the AJ. I think Aaron Jones is gonna maybe have like one of those 30-yard gains. That's really gonna, have one of those big runs. Devonte Adams, I'm going to say. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say under 75 yards, but I see him around the 70 mark. I see him around
6, 7.
Just because I just feel like Seattle's gonna put a safety over top of them, put the corner on them. Just one of those things.
Jamal Adams, the best in the league.
They might not give him everything he wants. Which one am I? Field goals. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna say he makes 2 field goals.
For the guy that came on Wednesday's show and just roasted the field goal unit. If you haven't seen the clip, I posted it the other day, which was absolutely hilarious.
I did, but is it really that effing hard? Okay, I don't mean that like I'm not saying that like is it really that hard, because clearly you get in front of 300-pound dudes and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that with having Mason Crosby as your kicker, like they've always been successful. I think that it'll probably happen where they'll get 2, although it is really freaking windy. So we might not see teams kicking field goals unless they're under 40 yards. At least that's what I saw in pregame. I don't know.
That's cool with me. Let's go for it. Rodgers is back. Like, come on.
Over under 2 turnovers. I'm gonna hope it's gonna be 2. Over. I'm gonna hope it's the over. I guess it's kind of hard to predict, but I'm gonna hope it's the over. Aaron Rodgers over under 220 passing yards. I'm gonna say over.
Easy.
Yeah. So by
the way, these are not what the sports books have these guys.
Yeah, this is just the feeling of because I get it. The sports.
They're listening to this and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta go bet on this."
I get it. Like the sports books are more technically researched than what we're coming up with. But also sometimes sometimes it's a lot more about what you feel than what your stats say, the analytics. But yeah, so I'm ready to move on to the game predictions.
Let's do it. You want to go first then? I know you're excited.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Before you go, you were right last week in a Chiefs win. I was wrong. I've been wrong twice this year. You've been wrong twice this year. You picked the Saints to win. I did too.
I was wrong week 1 and then against Arizona. Yeah.
So we could probably make that a game. We're tied though, 7-2. Take it away. Who's winning today? What kind of game is going to be? What are you feeling?
I'm winning. Against Seattle, scores are always kind of weird, I feel like. And I could be wrong. You could fact check me and tell me the scores aren't normally that weird. But I'm going to go with 29. I'm going to go 30 to 22. 30 to 22. Let's hit that 30 mark. But I'm going to go with 30 to 22 Green Bay. Just kind of like a weird score line. I don't know how they're going to technically get to that 22. Let's maybe say they go for, let's just say we're up 30 to
23
after 30 to 4. We're up 30 to 14. I mean, I'm just totally throwing this out there. And they have to go for 2 twice and they get it the first time. And then we see a fucking onside kick and we recover it.
You see an onside kick.
You don't even like hearing that, huh?
NFL has been posting that fucking game so many damn times, and I get it. It's a legendary NFC Championship game, and they're playing this weekend. But good God,
let's go with 30 to 22. I'm praying for that 30 that we hit that 30 points. I know. I mean, honestly, like 27 to 21 was my prediction earlier this week, and that's probably more realistic. But I'm gonna go with 30 to 22. We got it. Come alive.
30 to 22. John, I don't know about you, but there was just something in the air this morning when I woke up. It was snowing. It was snowing at Lambeau Field. It was absolutely gorgeous. Rodgers is back. Russell Wilson's 0-4 at Lambeau, and over the last 9 games against Seattle, Green Bay has won 9 of them when they play in Green Bay. It's kind of got beat the brakes off of them type feeling. I'm not sure if you're there with me. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 17-10 game at half. We make a few adjustments. We come out, take over, win this game 38-20. A-Rod has got all of his guys back at running back and receiver. Our defense obviously been playing lights out with Stokes and Kenny Clark also being able to go today. I think they'll handle Seattle well. Final score, 38-20 Packers. As I alluded to the other night, Adrian Amos, my under-the-radar guy, not necessarily an under-the-radar guy. He's a starting safety, decent anchor for our defense. But I think he'll get a pick today. That's kind of my, one claim for the game or one under-the-radar guy. I think Adrian Amos will get a pick today off Russell Wilson. Who's you can say an under-the-radar guy, or do you want to make who's going to make a play?
Who?
What do you think?
I know it sounds stupid, but who was my guy that I said on Wednesday? I guess it's not very, very convincing if I don't remember, huh?
Was it MVS? No.
It was MVS.
Was it? Okay.
It was MVS. Yep. Because we keep talking deep ball. So maybe I said over or under. I said under 1.5. But I think let's say that's the difference potentially.
It could be.
Whether he gets 2 or whether he gets 1. Whether Rodgers puts the ball in the right spot, he catches the ball, everything goes right.
That's a lot of things to ask for right there, John.
Oh, but at the same time, those guys are. I mean, it's just such a capable thing. So at the end of the day, let's go with MVS. I think maybe that'll be the difference, whether he gets over or under. Two big plays on that. In a side action, we might have another overtime game before our Green Bay game comes. New Orleans is down 8 points to the Titans. 1:20 left. They have the ball in the red zone. Is this going to be the 4th overtime game before Packers game? Now, granted, it's 3:00, so we got 25 minutes, so I don't think it'll hit us no matter what, because it looks like this game's been rolling.
But still, what are the odds? You know what I mean? All right, we shall see. Other news, Vikings play here in a little bit against the Chargers. Bears have a bye week. Are the Lions, do you know Lions score offhand?
Ooh, 16-16. They're at the about to go score with about 1.5 minutes left. Lions might get that first win.
Okay, Vikings Chargers.
3rd and 13, touchdown Saints. So they're going to 3rd and 13. They just scored. Tampa Bay lost. I mean, They're down 10 with 29 seconds left, so that's probably
them.
But yeah. So looks like did Detroit just took a 9-yard loss or something? They're at the 35.
How much time was in that game?
Like a minute 10 or something like
Okay,
that.
so they can maybe run it down, kick a field goal. They don't have Matt Prater though, so it's not automatic like it was against us every time.
So Saints going.
We'll just say Lions win. We're gonna be bold and say Lions win. We got Vikings Chargers. That'll be a good game. I think. I was talking to my buddy earlier.
That's two evenly matched teams. It seems like
it is. I was talking to my buddy earlier, Vikings fan. I told him they've kind of gotten screwed the past few games early on. They're a good team. I think the Vikings are going to pull off the upset today and kind of keep them alive for that hunt, which it pains me to say, but I think they're too good of a team to fall to 3-6 and be out this early.
They've just got. Just like I said earlier this year, I think the Vikings are a little bit more threatening than the Bears.
Oh, I thought that all along, and
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Justin Fields is talking about the Packers Bears this last week. It's like, dude, we don't.
Why you still why is that even being brought up?
You lost a few weeks ago. Like just zip it.
For a little while
all right. Any last words before we hop off here? We got a game time in 24 minutes. What was your final score again? Sorry, 30
to 22. Like I've said in the past, Seattle's probably my most hated team outside of the division.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping they take an L. So somebody wants to say hi before we take off.
Is Go Pack Go chance almost there?
Yep.
It's almost there. You had 30-22. I had 38-20. Both wins. So
take it.
Let's see it happen. You ready to close it down?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just
you ready for it?
Let's get to it.
Let's get it here. All right. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We love chatting Packers with you guys. Check us out on Twitter at Rob Westerman3 for myself, at JBeckman30 for John. Have a great rest of your day. And let's get this win, huh? We'll catch you guys later. Thank you.
Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go, baby.